What's up, YouTube? Yo Jimbo here, and we have got a chill video here for you today. Now, this one is going to be about Diablo 4, but it's going to be a little bit different than what we're used to seeing here. So I have a regular, actually one of my mods in the community, and he gave us an idea as he found out that there's something that you can do in Diablo 4. And I tried to look up some information about this, locations and such, and honestly, I couldn't find a lot about it, so I decided to just put in the footwork myself and make a video about it. Now, this is nothing super crazy, but it is super cute. And what I did was I went to every waypoint in the game, and I wandered around every area, every town, every area that has a waypoint associated to it. We'll put it that way. I wandered around and I found every single dog that you can pet. That's right. If you guys didn't know, you can pet dogs in Diablo 4. I tried it with similar animals. I tried it with cats. I tried it with goats. I tried it with frogs. I tried it with turtles, cows, everything else, but only the dogs work. You can use the hello emote if you are close enough to a dog, and you will pet the dog. And also, the dog will then follow you around. And you can have multiple dogs following you around. I did find some towns and waypoints that had 3+ dogs at them that I was able to get following me around the town. So I've just taken a little clip from each town, and we're just gonna watch them here. We're just gonna watch all the dog petting, and just have a nice little wholesome dog petting video. Let's get to it. There's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about while we're going through and looking at these clips. That's some of the areas that didn't have any dogs, and some interesting things that we found in some of these areas. Now, the first one that we didn't find an animal at was the Fate's Retreat. This isn't gonna, what I'm saying here isn't gonna correlate with the clips that we're seeing here, because I only have clips of the places who do have dogs. Just wanted to talk about some of these other places. So Fate's Retreat, one of the waypoints, doesn't have any dogs. It also has no vendors or meaningful NPCs, and it's a pretty pointless waypoint. I'm not sure why this exactly exists. Can't really recall if it was something that we used in the story or not. I also seem to notice that a lot of these strongholds seem to not have animals in it. So Nostrava, no dogs, and it was a stronghold. And then also there's the ruins of Quara Yisu, no dogs, and also a stronghold there. Don't know if there's any correlation. One that kind of surprised me, though, was the Hidden Overlook. I kind of thought there would be a dog in this area, but it turned out there was no dogs there either. I did run into the Baal statue over at the Altars of Ruin. This place had no dogs, but it did have the Baal statue in it, and for some reason I just don't remember this when going through the campaign. So it was a pretty cool area, and actually, the mobs right before that dungeon, they seem to respawn pretty quickly. Kind of a cool farming spot, if I'm being honest. And the Baal statue is kind of cool. I hope they do something with that going into the future. No dogs, though. Nevesk was another area that I thought would have some sort of an animal. This is Nevesk, if you don't remember, was the little town that you walked into at the very beginning of the game with the villagers that tried to turn you into a stew. No dogs going on there. Maybe they've all been turned into food. It is the starting village, so there wasn't too much going on there. And it is the home of the Uber Lilith fight, so it does serve a purpose. I wish there was just a dog there. Something to pet. Now, one really cool area that I found was the Imperial Library. There's an area in there that you can go that leads you down to the Gates of Hell. You probably remember that from the story. It's a pretty big waypoint, pretty important spot in terms of lore and continuing the story, getting down to hell, all of that stuff. But there was something down there that I didn't remember running into before, and that's the Unknown Altar, with 3 little pedestals or ledges that you can place things on. The game tells you that there's things missing from them. That's an interesting thing I'm going to look more into when I'm done making this video. I'm kind of interested in what that unknown altar is for. No dogs in that area, though, unfortunately. The Tree of Whispers is something that I hadn't noticed until I was investigating with making this video. Obviously, the Tree of Whispers isn't a town. There's no dogs there. It's a pretty small area. But what I did find was that it actually has the most efficient layout in terms of being able to clear out your inventory. It's got a vendor, it has a blacksmith, and it has your stash incredibly close to those things with the waypoint very nearby. If you could set a waypoint to teleport to with your portal scroll button, that would be the one if they had that in the future. Keep that in mind. The ruins of Rat Hat Keep. This is another cool area that I had just totally forgotten about. It has no dogs, unfortunately, but I did find some posters on a wall, and they talked about Q Hagen and the old lore of Mephisto and Mephisto being slain. And this was actually a really cool lore piece that I didn't see when going through the campaign originally. Also, there's a door in there that does not lead to a dungeon. It doesn't lead to anything. You can't interact with it, but it's got this golden white seal in front of the door. It's like this mist coming off of the door. My guess is it was probably used for something story related, but I don't remember that. Maybe we need to do another campaign playthrough. Get a little refresher on these things. The last area that didn't have anything was Vierez, and I might not be pronouncing that correctly. It's the swamp area with the snake. There's no dogs there. It's a big swamp land. There might be swamp puppies. If you're from Florida, you know what those are. They're crocodiles. My guess is going to be the snakes maybe chomped up all the dogs. Or maybe there is no dogs because there are snakes. People just know not to bring their dogs there. But there's no dogs, unfortunately. And honestly, running around that place was a bit of a hassle. Don't recommend going there for any reason if you don't need to. Anyways, guys, hey, let's just watch this video. I'm going to turn up the tunes, enjoy the dog pets. Come find us on Twitch, twitch.tv/It'sYoJimbo. Like the video if you like the dog pets. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content from me. And I'll see you guys later. Adios, muchachos.